In the introduction, Mukherjee sets the stage for cancer's long and storied history. He begins by describing ancient civilizations' understanding of cancer. In Egypt, the earliest known cases of cancer were found in mummies, suggesting that the disease has existed for millennia. The word cancer itself originates from the Greek word karkinos, meaning crab, due to the shape of tumors and their veins resembling a crab's legs. Despite these early references, ancient societies didn't fully understand the disease. It was often attributed to imbalances in the body, bad humors, or even divine punishment. Ancient treatments ranged from incisions and cauterization to herbal remedies, but with little success in truly understanding the disease's causes or cures. 2. The biology of cancer. Mukherjee delves into the scientific underpinnings of cancer, explaining that cancer is a disease of the body's cells. Cancer arises from mutations in a cell's DNA, which causes it to grow uncontrollably and fail to undergo normal programmed cell death, apoptosis. This leads to the formation of tumors, which can spread to other parts of the body in a process called metastasis. The book explains how these mutations are often caused by a combination of genetic predispositions, environmental factors, like smoking or radiation, and random errors during cell division. Mukherjee emphasizes that cancer is not just one disease, but a collection of hundreds of different types, each with its own set of genetic mutations, behaviors, and challenges in treatment. He introduces key concepts like oncogenes, genes that promote cell growth, and tumor suppressor genes, which prevent cells from becoming cancerous. The discovery of the role of these genes, such as the p53 gene, which is often mutated in cancers, helped illuminate cancer's biological complexity. 3. The history of cancer treatment. The history of cancer treatment is a story of trial and error. Early treatments were rudimentary and largely ineffective. Surgery became a mainstay in cancer treatment starting in the 19th century, particularly with the work of William Stewart Halsted, a pioneer of surgical methods. He developed the radical mastectomy, which involved the removal of the entire breast, chest muscles, and lymph nodes, in an effort to remove all possible cancerous tissue. While this procedure was brutal and disfiguring, it reflected the lack of understanding of cancer's true nature and the desperation of physicians to find an effective solution. Mukherjee also highlights the discovery of radiation therapy, first with the work of Marie and Pierre Curie in the early 20th century, which offered another tool in treating cancer. However, radiation was still limited by the understanding of cancer's behavior and the risks associated with it. The true breakthrough came in the mid-20th century when Sidney Farber, a Boston pediatrician, pioneered the use of chemotherapy to treat childhood leukemia. His work showed that drugs cowl. 4. The early struggles and triumphs. As cancer treatment evolved, so did the stories of personal struggles and triumphs. The work of early cancer researchers, like Farber, became pivotal in inspiring further investigations into the disease. Farber's success with chemotherapy laid the foundation for cancer's treatment with drugs, though not without significant challenges. Chemotherapy drugs like methotrexate were initially discovered for other purposes but showed efficacy against certain cancers. These breakthroughs came with limitations. Chemotherapy can be toxic, causing side effects like hair loss, nausea, and immune suppression, and it doesn't work for all cancers. The book emphasizes that the development of cancer treatments often felt like a series of false starts and near successes, as medical professionals had to figure out which drugs worked for which types of cancers, often through a process of trial and error. At the same time, Mukherjee underscores the importance of these small successes, such as the successful treatment of childhood leukemia, which demonstrated that cancer could be managed and even cured in certain instances. 5. The political and social context. Cancer's fight against society was not just medical but also social and political. Mukherjee discusses how cancer began to be seen less as a taboo and more as a public health crisis, particularly after World War II. The growth of cancer institutes, including the National Cancer Institute, NCI, in the United States, marked a new era of systematic research and advocacy. Mukherjee highlights the War on Cancer campaign, which was launched in the 1970s with the hope of eradicating cancer in a generation. The creation of cancer awareness campaigns and organizations like the American Cancer Society further transformed cancer from a private concern into a public battle. Despite these efforts, cancer treatment remained uneven across different socioeconomic and racial groups, and public policy often lagged behind the scientific advancements being made in labs. Mukherjee also explores the stigmatization of cancer, especially in earlier times, when the disease was considered shameful or a personal failure. This stigma created a social silence around cancer that hampered early efforts to understand and treat it. 6. Personal narratives and experiences. One of the most poignant aspects of The Emperor of All Maladies is Mukherjee's inclusion of personal stories. He weaves in the experiences of cancer patients, caregivers, and medical professionals. These stories bring a human element to the science and history of cancer, reminding the reader that behind every statistic or breakthrough is a person, a family, and a community impacted by the disease. Mukherjee uses his own family's experience with cancer, particularly his aunt's struggle with the disease, to frame his narrative. These personal accounts help the reader connect emotionally with the subject matter, illustrating the emotional and psychological toll that cancer has on individuals. 7. The Modern Era, Breakthroughs and Challenges. As the book moves into the modern era, Mukherjee chronicles the rapid advancements made in cancer research, especially in the 21st century. The sequencing of the human genome and the identification of specific genetic mutations that drive various cancers have opened up new frontiers in understanding the disease. Mukherjee explores the promise of targeted therapies, drugs designed to specifically target genetic mutations in cancer cells, such as Herceptin for breast cancer. These treatments represent a shift from the one-size-fits-all approach of chemotherapy to more personalized methods. However, Mukherjee is careful to point out that while these breakthroughs have shown promise, they have also come with limitations. Many of the targeted therapies are expensive, and not all patients respond to them. Cancer cells are notorious for evolving rapidly, and they can develop resistance to treatment over time. This highlights the complexity of the disease, where progress often feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. 8. The Future of Cancer. In the final chapters, Mukherjee turns his attention to the future of cancer treatment, which lies in the realms of genomics, immunotherapy, and personalized medicine. He explores the groundbreaking work being done in immunotherapy, which aims to harness the body's immune system to fight cancer. Immunotherapies like checkpoint inhibitors are showing success in treating cancers that were once considered intractable, like melanoma and lung cancer. Mukherjee also discusses the promise of personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to the genetic makeup of both the patient and the tumor. While these advancements offer hope, he cautions that the complexity of cancer means there is no simple solution on the horizon. He reflects on the philosophical and ethical considerations of these advancements, particularly the access to expensive treatments and the need for equitable distribution of care. Key themes. Cancer as a complex disease. Mukherjee continually emphasizes that cancer is not one disease but a category of many, each with its own characteristics, requiring a distinct approach to treatment. The evolution of treatment. The journey of cancer treatment has been slow and fraught with failure, but each failure has taught medical professionals valuable lessons that have paved the way for future breakthroughs. The role of genetics. Genetics is at the forefront of cancer treatment, with the identification of mutations leading to more personalized and precise therapies. Human resilience. Throughout the book, Mukherjee underscores the human element in cancer treatment, the resilience of patients, their families, and the doctors and researchers fighting alongside them. The continuing battle. Cancer, as Mukherjee concludes, remains a formidable opponent. While there is hope for significant advancements, the path forward is still uncertain, requiring both scientific innovation and global collaboration. Conclusion. Mukherjee's The Emperor of All Maladies is a profound and exhaustive examination of cancer, blending scientific detail, historical context, and personal stories to portray the disease as both a medical and human experience. It provides a comprehensive account of the evolution of cancer treatments while maintaining a focus on the ongoing challenges and hope that continues to drive the search for a cure. It is a powerful narrative of both the disease and the resilience of humanity in confronting it.